Hey everyone, my name is Dawson and I own a marketing agency that helps dentists increase their implant and Invisalign production. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to book a free call at the link below. Let's jump right into the video. Today we're looking at how you can use some Invisalign dental marketing strategies so that you can increase the amount of new cases you start every single month. We'll be using proven psychological principles in order to increase those numbers. This will all be within the context of dental marketing. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Before you start running paid ads and thinking about how you want to scale to the moon, really focus on how you want to structure your Invisalign consult. It's easiest to do this with patients, your existing patients, because they already trust you. They already have that relationship with you. Taking that out of the equation and just focusing on the structure of the consult, how to really focus on getting someone the care that they need. Focusing on those minor and minute details is going to work wonders for you when you start to run ads. This is going to build the habit of you getting in the right routine, in the right habits of that consult, so you can essentially have the perfect consult every time you bring someone in. Plus, you'll know what to look for in these consults, enabling you to not only get better results for your current patients, but it's going to help you when you scale. The first psychological principle I want to talk about is something called the Primacy Effect. This is where you tend to remember the first piece of information that you hear, whether it be in a commercial, reading something on a page, or even in a song. Because of this, it's important to front load your ads, front load your copy in order to get the most powerful message across first thing. You can also use this in your consult to communicate anything that's really pressing or you really want to get across right up front. The next principle and strategy I want to talk about is the appeal to novelty fallacy. Now, this is where you have something new that's cutting edge that is perceived as being better than anything before it. Now, this happens all the time and it's easy to see in the weight loss industry. You may have heard of the trend of apple cider vinegar, drinking it on an empty stomach, helping promote burning calories magically by jumpstarting your metabolism. Now, there may be some truth to that, but is it better than just being in a caloric deficit and exercising on a regular basis? Probably not. But because it's new, because it's novel, kind of gives us this idea of it working better. So how does this apply to dental marketing? Well, as you know, Invisalign is the new cutting edge way for you to move and shift your teeth. In the orthodontic world, obviously braces were the traditional way. Invisalign clear aligners are the new strategy. Hence, people are going to assume that because Invisalign is new, because clear aligner systems are new in the mind of the consumer, it's going to work better than traditional braces. Now, although this is not true for most cases, it is true in the eyes of the public. So really catering to Invisalign being the newest way to align your teeth is going to benefit your ads. And if you're the first person in your market to advertise for Invisalign on Facebook or Google just as a local dentist, I highly recommend you to do that while it lasts, while the opportunity is still there. Being the first person to do that in your market is going to work wonders for you. If you're an orthodontist watching this, please note that the novelty fallacy actually goes the other way as well. Things that are perceived as old, actually people think that they are less effective than the new way. So if you are obviously putting braces on people, just keep that in mind as people are comparing it to doing Invisalign or braces. You being the expert, you being the authority figure, you really have to educate the patient on, just because Invisalign is new, just because it's the cutting edge thing, it's not going to work as well as braces because your teeth are this, that, and the other way. Just know that that fallacy is still at play, even though you're trying to go the opposite way, if that makes sense. The next Invisalign strategy I want to talk about refers to inside the office. If you're having trouble with getting leads to schedule an appointment or having your front desk follow up with them on time, the power of rewards, the power of incentives is going to play a huge role. Never underestimate the power of an incentive. If someone at the front desk is trying to manage following up with existing patients as well as leads, having some type of bonus system in place for the amount of new patients that they're able to schedule through their leads is going to go directly to their paycheck or in an Amazon gift card is going to work wonders in terms of performance. I've seen this happen in offices around the US. People post about it all the time in some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and it really makes a big difference. So highly recommend, if you don't have a bonus structure in place for getting people scheduled, having your front desk schedule more appointments either just within their own network or on the phone, it's going to work wonders. The next strategy that you can use is something called the liking bias. Now, this is where people tend to put aside some of the errors or some of the mistakes of someone that they truly like. You see this all the time in relationships, but this is going to play a role in marketing as well. Now, I found with some of my clients, the best way to get patients to begin a relationship with the dentist is actually before they come into the office. So one of the best ways I see this play out is through video, having the dentist film questions that potential Invisalign patients could be asking themselves. For example, what are the best things to look for when choosing an Invisalign provider? Should I do Candid or should I go into a dental practice to get a clear aligner system? Answering these questions is going to build a relationship with you and the patient. Inevitably, people are going to start to like you, start to really get a sense of who you are as a person, and that relationship is going to form. An important thing to remember is just be yourself on camera. If you stumble over your words or you make a mistake, that's totally fine. Just important to really portray who you are as a person so that when someone is in the chair, they have a real sense of who you are. This is going to build that relationship with the patient and is going to ultimately increase their trust in you. Next strategy here is social proof. Now, this allows anyone to kind of shortcut their decision making if they're really not sure. If anyone's confused about your ability to get them the result they want, whether that's Invisalign or just any clear aligner system, then they're going to really be looking to others' experiences in order to make that decision. A great way to build social proof is actually through any local news stations. If you can get any type of reward for being the best dentist in your community, you can feature video on your website of you answering questions on local news. This goes a long way. It's also important to feature any before and afters on your website as well as on your Facebook page. Now, you won't be able to run before and after pictures as an ad, but is it a powerful way to have people see that you can do what you say you can do? That concludes the strategies for this video. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Feel free to like the video, comment any questions that you have, and if you're interested in us running an Invisalign campaign for your practice, I have a link in the description below. Thank you so much again, and until next time, I'll see you later.